Welcome to day 3 of my 7-day Christmas card series. Today I'm working on hot press watercolour paper and I've chosen an image called Snowbird by Stampendous. I'm going to stamp this using archival ink in Tree Branch, and I've chosen this colour because it's a fairly light shade of brown, and I'm going to use colour pencil to shape the image, and I'd like to eliminate most of those stamped lines. The next step is to add some colour that is going to represent sky. So for this I've chosen Salty Ocean Distress Ink, and I'm using a piece of Ranger Cut and Dry foam to sponge this around the edges and allowing it to come in towards the centre of the card somewhat. Now I'm going to add my sentiment to the front of the card, and for this I'm choosing my Papertreyink ink stamp set called Signature Christmas, and I'm stamping using VersaFine ink in Onyx Black. Now I'm ready to add colour to my image, and as already mentioned, I'm going to do this using coloured pencils. I've chosen Prisma Premier Coloured Pencils to shade the image, and I'm choosing a selection of colours which I blend together by using them over the top of each other in several layers until I get the desired effect. This part of the project probably doesn't need too much more explanation, as you can see what I'm doing. If you require a full list of the exact colours that I've used, they will appear in the product list that is in the video description. Once I've finished with the orange and red shades, off camera I add some detail to the eye and the beak. For this I used a Secura Micron pen, and I did it off camera just because it's very tiny detail and I needed to get very close to it to get that accurate. And now I'm continuing to shape the rest of the bird in exactly the same way with a range of browns and greys to make the bird appear like a robin. Once I'm finished with all the coloured pencil work, I take the Salty Ocean Distress Ink that I used at the start of the project, and I'm just using this direct to paper to add a darker edge to frame the project. This is Enamel Accents in white by Ranger, and I'm using this product to represent some snow on the branches and on top of some of the berries. Once I've finished adding the enamel accents to the branches and berries, I also decide to add a few little dots of the enamel accents to the sky area so that it looks like falling snow. When I've finished with this, I also add some Stickles glitter in the colour Crystal, and this will give the card a sparkle finish. I'm using a piece of Linen Effect cardstock in ivory colour to layer my main image onto, and this provides a nice neutral colour frame. For the insert on my card, I'm using a Spellbinders die. This is label 17, and I've cut this out of 160 GSM cardstock. I'm using the Salty Ocean Distress Ink around the edges, and this is going to make it match the front of the card. To create a little more interest on the insert, I'm using my Stampin' Up! Stamp of tiny splatters, which I often use, and then I'm using a sentiment from a Penny Black set, and I stamp this in VersaFine Onyx Black. Here you can see that I've attached my design to the base. The base is 350 GSM smooth white cardstock, and I've stamped the reverse of the card with my Judikins stamp, details of which can be found in the video description. I've also added my sentiment, and I attached both using Sellotape brand double-sided tape. That was the last step of today's project. I hope you enjoyed watching. I really enjoyed making this one, as I really like working with colour pencils. If you require details on any of the products used today, remember there is the link to the full product list in the video description, as well as my social media sites. And I hope I will see you all again tomorrow for day 4 in this series.